Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Drop the overlay.
We are alive. Woo!
So I'm on Wi-Fi in Bangladesh. I just want you guys to understand that.
That's amazing.
Wow. Welcome everyone to the first stream with my wonderful co-host, finally back, and I made them run the stream and they boomered the ever-loving fuck out of it instantly. Everyone say hi to Sai.
Hi.
Hello, Sai.
It's like I never fucking left.
It really is.
Like you never left. Like you never, because there's some things that don't change with time.
Right.
There's some things.
Yes, my position under Shae's bus will never change.
Accurate.
Yeah.
All right. So for everybody who is joining us in the chat, thank you so much for coming out. We're here to launch one of the most anticipated books of the 2020 indie season, The Kill Journal by the amazing Adam Lawson down in this corner. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm thrilled. It's been an amazing day. It makes me think back when I launched the 8th earlier on this year, to a much, a very quiet symbol. And it's really exciting to see the fervor for it. And I think we've crafted something really special here. And I'm joined with a lot of awesome folks. One is Jason Krager, who is my line artist for the 88-page graphic novel, plus a little 6-page dossier story. And you can imagine this guy's pumping out a page a day. And when I show you these pages, you're going to call him a liar.
Accurate.
But he's amazing. The book wouldn't exist without him. We had another artist early on working, and I'd met Jason on a stream, and I said, hey, why don't you come do one of these short stories? I love your art. And then that artist ran into some health problems and some time problems. And the nightmare occurs when they're like, I can't deliver. And so Jason stepped in and has transformed the book. And then I've got also with me Cody Fernandez and Brian Christgau, who are also doing some writing on this story. And the one and only Shae is also doing some writing in this. Now, I wanted to.
Okay, so wait, there are like 17 writers on this stream right now.
It seems confusing, I know, Cyborg, but the way it's working out is there's an 88-page graphic novel, which is the main storyline. It's the central story, and then there's 4 6-page stories in the back of it that serve as like these dossier stories about each of the main 4 heroes. So, because one thing I don't love very much in a comic book is like, let's sit in origin stories, hence the Harley Quinn movie, right? Or let's just get into origins all day. So I kind of omitted the origins from all our characters and put them right into the action with just maybe a couple panels and flashback or something so that the audience had context, but so that we could stay right in the heart of the action. But then after you've taken the ride and you've come to connect with these characters in the story, then I think it's fun to go, you know what? Let me go and experience more of what made this character be who they are.
Okay, it's not a real comic unless there's 95% exposition right at the front.
Right. Yeah, I just can't. I just hate that. Right. So it's like, how do we get ourselves right into the story and then let the origin, and things will be uncovered along the way. It's not as if you did read those dossier stories as if you wouldn't understand. But that these are a chance. One is also to have other voices in this world, other artists, other colorists that could show that sort of expand what this world can be. Because no one writer, even if it's Alan Moore, no one artist, even if it's Jim Lee, is all of one universe, right? And so I thought that was a really exciting way to do it because Shae's words and Brian's and Cody's are different than mine. and in a
Right.
good way. And so I think that's exciting is that after you've read your 88 page is you've taken this harrowing ride on this graphic novel, then you get to dive in to these cool tales.
So I believe we have a question for Brian right off the bat.
Yeah, Brian, please.
What?
Is
up?
that just whatever lipstick you had on hand serving as makeshift makeup? Brian, if you could please fill us in.
I'm gobsmacked.
It's all of the cuts are half long stay lipstick and half I went to the Halloween store and got some of my favorite scab blood stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
So
Yeah,
half and half right now.
that's some good shit right there.
Yeah.
I love me a good fresh scab.
It's an entire jar.
You know,
The
everybody-
jar.
The Jarro scab.
Yes.
Scab,
It has to be a dirty mason jar.
It's actually quite clean. Like it looks like it's going to be eye cream, and then you open it up, and it's just bloody goop.
And to help explain this, I'm going to help explain this real quick so this
Yeah.
just makes a little bit more sense to what Shae is looking like, albeit amazing in scabs. I mean, no one ever thought that, but that's a look. That's a look.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's trying to emulate this one of our characters here, Marty, which she also penned their story about.
I love Marty.
Yeah. And so for anyone who doesn't know about the tale, the Kill Journal is a tale about what happens after the horror movie ends, Cyborg. So imagine imagine a tale after the horror movie ends, right? After Jason has killed all your friends and burned your house down, and after the Candyman has killed your children, and you're standing there covered in blood and mess, and the credits roll, then you start to think, what in the hell do I do with my life now? I'm traumatized, I'm damaged, and everyone I care about is dead. Right? And so that I'd always been fascinated to know where is that story right afterwards. And that's what became the Kill Journal. That
That's
all
awesome.
of these characters have survived some horror movie, and they don't know how to cope, right? Somebody killed your child, somebody killed your friend, somebody killed your spouse. You don't know how to cope. And so
I mean, do you have to pay extra for the spouse? Or?
you would have to pay extra for the spouse. And so hence when you get here's a fun thing to show some of Jason's awesome lines, and then I'll show it to you in color. Is that you can see that, you know, for one of these characters, his name is St. George. He Michael, I know she didn't bleach her hair. I thought she was going to go all the way.
Hold on. So I just commented, but since you decided to say it verbally, Adam, I just spent $200 getting hair ready for my vacation. I'm not then bleaching it. I love you guys, but fuck off. $200 to make my hair like fire. Okay, that's enough.
We're changing it in the comic book. We're changing it in the comic book.
Call the colorist.
Oh my gosh.
Steve, we're going to redo the pages.
Yes.
So,
Redhead.
So this is St. George, and his congregation was butchered, right? And his son was killed, and they can't find his wife. And this is a page that happened in one day from Jason. So it can be done, and it can look amazing.
Wow.
So, and he starts running these support groups for people who have survived. And he uses them as an opportunity to recruit the ones crazy enough to go and hunt these revenants. And revenants are evil spirits that are back from the dead, bent on revenge. And they kind of recreate the night of horror that made them, right, Si? So what's tough about a revenant is if you shoot a revenant with a gun, they come back. You run them over with a car because you didn't solve the spiritual problem. You just tried to take it out physically. Right. So that's also, too, part of what it takes to hunt these people is they need to find out this revenant's history, what made them, and then build a trap that attacks. You know, if it was Jason Voorhees, you got to drown him in Camp Crystal Lake. Although in our story, it's different revenants, and revenants are broader than slashers. But So he's recruiting, and this is Sydney. This is our point of view character, and she is someone who lost her daughter to a revenant. And this is also the record. Cody Fernandez, who's here, he can maybe tell us a little bit about what happened to Sydney because he wrote her origin. What happened to her on the night?
Oh, I did indeed. All right. Well, first off, I was really humbled by being asked to try my hand at something that I'm not very familiar with in terms of the horror genre. I work in horror, but not so much popcorn horror. So that was fun, and working with Adam, it was probably my best editorial experience. I really appreciate what we were able to accomplish there, and really, Sydney was having a rough time. She kind of got made some decisions with the wrong guy, and had a kid who she loves very much, but as a young woman, she was having a hard time trying to live and feel like herself while also taking care of her kid. And so one day she, probably a usual occurrence for her, is taking a break. She's driving out to meet some guy to kind of hang out and maybe build a relationship, whatever she's working at. And things go very, very wrong very quickly. It's pretty easy to tell, since we don't start at that origin, that it doesn't end up well for her little kiddo. And through that, hopefully, we added a couple layers to it that'll help you understand her motivations in the broader story that you're being presented with. There's a few cool effects that we tried to work in through use of lyrics and some things, and of course Jason here is doing the line art for it as well, so it's going to very well blend into the rest of the book. And I'm really excited to see it manifest, and I'm so proud to take part in, and I'm glad to see the support and the love for the work that's come so far. I love being part of the comics community. Thank you all for having me.
For sure. And I think so there's a bit, like Cody said, there's a bit of like double-edged sword with her, right? So she feels guilt from her daughter dying. And so she's kind of come to this club after she failed in a suicide attempt to get some answers. And when she shows up, hey, Shae, is there any way I could get back sharing? Is that possible?
Yes, just 1 second, because my screen is going crazy.
No worries, dude. So she comes here looking for some answers, and and she packs a pocket knife before she goes in, because once you've seen the devil in the shadows, you're always afraid of what may crawl out next time.
Right.
And so that's our tale. That what it's about. So Sydney's gonna help be our point of view character, where she gets dragged into this world. She doesn't. It's more than she can take, but she goes along with it, and so she's the one that learns everything new and is the most afraid of what's ahead at first, but then that changes in time, and she becomes a leader. I don't have to give too much of it away.
I apologize, everyone, for the weirdness going on the screen. Shae and I are experiencing a slight bit of difficulty, mostly because I think we both are logged into the same StreamYard account, but me on my phone. And as a result, apparently I can do the same things that Shae can do, but I think that it might have messed the stream just a touch.
Are you breaking it? How dare you?
No, I was testing something and it worked, and then your screen went black. So
let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Oh,
yay! Okay, I won't touch anything else. I promise. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's so funny because I can do all the things on the phone, and so I was like, oh, can I bring up this comment? And I clicked it, and then I took it down, and then we disappeared, and I was like, oh, oops.
Yeah, I thought that comment was stuck on the screen, on my screen, and no matter what I was hitting, it wasn't going away, and then you all disappeared.
Okay. So we won't test the very dodgy internets that we have,
Right.
because I'm from a phone and Sai's from a shitty Wi-Fi connection, and I don't think that it's liking us at all.
I'm in a Shoney's.
Oh, funny.
Bangladesh. It's a long way.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh and Shoney's.
I mean,
Shoney's in
the deck
Bangladesh.
support's right there.
But they don't know what they're doing. It has to be scripted. They don't know what they're saying.
That's Hyderabad.
Oh.
So as you can see here, so she's in this, goes to the support group to get help, and St. George, who looks surprisingly like Jason Krieger, is trying to recruit them. Some of the people are too afraid, and we get a little bit here about Sydney's backstory and the night her daughter was killed, and ultimately she's killed, and then the doctors bring her back later, and they're attacked by a revenant in this meeting, because if you've survived, a revenant is still always coming for you, and so getting a bunch of them together means hell is coming. And so St. George did this as a means to recruit, and the ones who run, he lets run, and those who stand and fight join the group. And so this revenant here, in this first, at the beginning of this first issue, is what Jason, if we can maybe throw to your screen, Jason, you're actually doing a sketch of that revenant right now, and we're going to give it away to somebody tonight.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh,
What's going on?
That's quite a bit of progress in between where we first saw that. That's
Right!
It
Yeah,
switched.
Good job. Good job.
amazing.
So
Buttons work.
let's leave this screen up here for a second. This is cool to see an artist at work versus just writers who all they can do is gab. But this is this revenant, is the galvanizing attack for the group, right? Those who get on board and those who run away, and they become the survivors club, is the ones who make it out, right? Who choose to fight back.
Right.
As you can see here in this group, they Marty, played by Shae this evening, she takes one of her handy tennis ball grenades and tosses it at the revenant. But if only that was enough to kill a revenant. And so this is, also our mad preacher, who's quite handy with a shotgun as well, takes the revenant out for the moment. Right.
I love the splatter effect.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Green. It's so awesome.
Cool, right?
Beautiful.
So,
the line
cool.
work is just incredible.
Yes.
Thanks.
And so this is what begins our tale of the Kill Journal. And we get that expression, the Kill Journal, because St. George has a book he keeps where he records all the kills, all the revenants they encounter. And he also is recording like the methods and means by which to kill these revenants. And it's like an old Catholic Bible that he's commandeered and turned into his journal. And that's what I wanted people to be able to walk away with, right? Like I wanted people to be able to have that experience where they could get the Kill Journal themselves. And hence why we ended up with this a leather-bound edition. And I, of course, just reached for that image to pull up, and it just slipped. And here we go. So okay, and it's back. Okay, here we go. If it's not on screen yet,
There it is.
For it?
Oh,
there it is. So this
So
is
pretty.
Isn't it cool, right?
stunning.
So it's this leather-bound edition. That's what the book looks like inside the book, right? So it's a little meta. You're reading the book, then in the book he's writing, and so you get to take it home. And like
That is
I
awesome.
feel like right, Si, there's something cool. There's something cool also too about like when you open a book that just by the act of touching it, it takes you into the world, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you pick up a floppy, it doesn't take you anywhere, or maybe for some people. But when you touch something
So
like this,
basically, This is the never-ending story, and I'm going to end up dead after I buy the leather-bound version of your book, is what you're telling me.
Falcor is
you.
not coming to save you.
I'm going to be either dead or on Falcor or heroin.
You know what? Falcor, that would be worthy. That would be a worthy journey. I would take that.
It's true.
And then we decided to do something really cool. And if you can see, I baked all these symbols into the book. I don't know if they're a little hard to tell.
Oh no, you can see them.
No, you'll feel them. Oh,
Gosh, look at that.
Gorgeous.
So these
Bitchin'.
symbols are actually tied into the book as well. Some of the characters have them on them. They're tied into some
Holy
of these
shit.
cults that they interact with. So there's like a little bit of fun discovery here inside of the actual cover that plays out inside of the book.
and
that's
it's literally
a
is it legit leather or are we dealing with pleather?
No, it's a faux leather. It's a vegan leather.
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not literally bound to flesh, but it's certainly bound to the idea of being bound to flesh. I love it.
Exactly. Right. So that way
Okay.
everybody could be happy. And because this is all make believe anyways, no animals were harmed in the making of this film. So to speak.
Just a lot of people.
Just a lot of
Just
people.
a ton
Is
of
this
people.
Is this vegan Corinthian leather, though?
Oh, I like that. But Brian and I talked about this. Sometimes if you had to pick between saving the animals or saving the people, sometimes you would save the animals because if you're saving the people, you could accidentally save an asshole. And then,
Okay, I'm a firm believer. I don't care what propaganda PETA puts out. There are asshole animals in the world.
There.
Oh,
That is true.
So true.
That is true.
shoot, you've ruined my ideals of it.
I own a cat that's the biggest asshole ever.
Well, that's a cat's job, but yeah.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. I fucking
So
hate it.
so Jason, the pre-launch sign-up perk was during the pre-launch, the first month of it. At the end of it, I gave away a mask. I gave away one of the
Yes.
Revenant masks. That's for Jason on Unhinged.
Yes.
And thank you. And then we're gonna give another mask away tonight for anybody who's back.
Woo!
Woo! And then for anybody who is done, who backs at week 1, we have this amazing print by the fabulous Preston Acevedo and colored again by Mike Spicer. And this print's going to go out for free for everyone who backs week 1.
Hail,
So-
Preston.
Yes. And everyone who backed along, who was on the pre-launch, was getting emails that had these high-res images, concept images of the Revenants and the other characters, and the black version of this image that no one else will get in another form. The pre-launch people got that exclusive art. So that's a cool bit. So this will come out week 1 with it.
So there was one thing that I wanted to address that I saw somebody put in the chat, and I addressed it in the chat, but I want to say it verbally now for everybody. So we are on this stream giving away one of the Revenant masks made by 666, who is phenomenal at doing his prop making and things like that. He does amazing work. He does a lot of stuff for Tug. He did an absolutely gorgeous mask that is like the one that you see on that Revenant right there. So we'll be giving one of those away. And we'll be giving away... Sorry, what?
Oh, no, in fact, I'm going to bring it up right this second so you can see
Oh,
it.
it's so cool.
It is very
Isn't it
well
rad?
done.
And
He does very good work.
Yeah.
666 is amazing. And he actually, we already had one that came to my house, and we gave it away to one of the people in the pre-launch. And so they got this badass thing, and it's a full ride deal. It's got elastic and pads in it. You can wear it. It's breathable. It's got air holes
Did he do the hard, is that silicone over the hard case?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So the way, for people who don't know, because these are good movie prop masks, what he does is he makes a hard case base that it sits on, and then he makes the silicone overlay that sits on top of that hard case. And that has a little bit closer to like a skin texture, whether it's silicone or latex, and he patinas it up and he does all of the detail and everything. But what's sitting on your face is a padded solid like case kind of thing, basically, that's going to sit there. So it's going to maintain this shape like forever.
No, yeah, this is a hard bulletproof item here.
Yes,
and then we've placed on the inside of it padding.
Yeah,
that sticks to it, so that when it sits on your face, your pads are what's sitting on your face.
Yeah, it's going to be like right on the forehead and a little bit on the temple to help keep it up and off, and so you can still breathe and you can still move and everything, and it's comfortable to wear long term. He does real thick bands that sit on, so when you have it on the back of your head, it's not this tiny little thing that's trying to dig into pressure points. It's nice and wide for even distribution. It's good shit. It's good shit.
And just for legal purposes, since I'm just got back, we are really not guaranteeing that it's bulletproof.
Right.
Yeah, it is not actually bulletproof. Don't shoot it.
Bulletproof. Not bulletproof. Hey,
Not bulletproof.
hey,
I love you, King Calvin.
Hey, I'm finished with the drawing.
Oh, we got to see that.
This is the other thing we are giving away is Jason's amazing drawing. Holy shit, dude.
Dude, you are a beast.
That's insane.
Wow, I love this.
It kind of reminds me of Nosferatu.
Yep.
Yeah, and Edward Scissorhands, and
Yeah.
Well, what I like about these Revenants too is that they're sort of like amalgams or amalgamations of like different iconic like movie killers.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? A little piece of Freddy Krueger, a little piece of Jason Voorhees.
Well, and
a piece of
all
this.
of those, all of those like scary stories that you remember as a kid, like the
Tale of the Hook.
Yeah, like all of that kind of stuff where it was like, oh, there was the claw on the door, the calls coming from inside the house, Bloody Mary, like all of that. That's all in this book, and it's just awesome, just fucking awesome.
and what I love is that there's a mythology that Adams built that unites all all of stuff.
Sorry.
No, absolutely.
So Adam,
yeah,
Adam, I know I'm not supposed to every once in a while show things, but
whatever you like.
I'd like to show things.
Spoiler
It's
alert.
a Shae stream and a Shae stream. It's a Valkyrie stream.
So this is page 8 with that Revenant. You know, I think I missed a couple of his spikes. I should probably go back and hit his spikes.
Shae,
we got time. We got time.
Yeah, we're going
He's not
back.
thorny enough. Got it.
Okay, we'll fix that shit right now. Got it. That's how we do. That's how we do. We're gonna make this shit go.
Yeah, so this image tonight that Jason's doing, we'll send the high-res TIFF to whoever whose name gets selected. We'll have one, but whoever it gets sent to, you get to be the lucky one to post it or do whatever you would like digitally with it, and make it known. You know, what's funny is about drawing, Jason. When I watch you draw, you watch somebody draw, and you're like, "Oh, that's so easy. It's just lines. How hard can that be to tell my hand to do that?" Until you tell your hand to do that, and then absolutely nothing happens. You know, and you get no image, right?
Very difficult. Very difficult. I told myself I was going to draw every day that I was on leave. I drew once. And then it's all
and then it falls apart.
There's just nothing. I was like, I was really motivated for an hour. I did real good for 1 hour. It was kind of crap.
I'd like to go on record as saying that Shae has graduated from stick figures, which is why I left. So
they were hand turkeys. Thank you. I had detailed hand turkeys, which we still have.
That was when I was gone and you started your hand turkey emporium.
Yes.
So if you want to bounce over, I'd love to have Brian talk a little about his story, because I think he was bringing up such a cool point about what's fun about is these Revenants have a mythology to them.
Yes.
If you don't mind, Shae, I'm going to try and share this. What is that? Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and share screen. So, so tell us about, Brian, about your tale. And I realize your Revenant isn't done yet in these pages, but let me pull up. I'm going to grab some line art while you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, Adam, when you invited me on this adventure, I was very honored and very humbled to be a part of this thing. And let me butter them up a little bit. It's sincere. It's you had sent me the dossier, which included all of the main characters, and told me that you wanted me to write a 6-page story about one of them, and the character that clicked with me most was Finch, and that's the character that you ended up assigning to me, which was I was like, all right then. Basically Finch is, I have a thing for damaged, traumatized characters, and this is maybe the most damaged, maybe the most traumatized character.
You're on the right channel.
Out of the bunch.
No, Brian, you have a gift for that. There's no question. Because I remember when I read Six Gun Gorilla, Brian, because I've collected so many books on the indie side, in CG out all around, and when I remember reading Six Gun Gorilla, and I was like, wow, there's all this heart in this like Western tale with this girl who doesn't even talk much, this gorilla, and it just struck me so much, and I really loved it, and if anybody hasn't read it, you should back it. But it was what was so cool about it is that it had this character who was was an animal, was a gorilla, but conveyed so much emotion, and that's why I just felt like this character belongs to Brian, because Finch is so animalistic, and that's kind of why I thought Brian's the right guy for this.
Yeah, I was psyched. I was psyched. What I wasn't psyched about was doing the research. Oh my god, man, I love doing research for my stories. But, this is set in the world of underground dogfighting, which is absolutely horrific and hellish and nightmarish.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really wanted to focus on, because basically Finch is, as a boy, his father is an absolute fiend, but he's also his father, so he loves him.
Right.
And one night, the dog that's supposed to fight can't, so his father throws Finch into the ring to take his place. And he actually not only survives, he actually wins. And so his father proceeds to raise him as one of the dogs, cages him with the rest of the dogs, feeds him with the rest of the dogs, trains him with the rest of the dogs. And one night, he's having a big fight. A big fight's about to go down, and a revenant shows up. And it kills his father, and he's helpless to do anything about it. And it's absolutely shattering and heartbreaking for him. So one of the things that always broke my heart when hearing stories from friends that had been abused as children is how they could still love their abusers. And how sometimes they would even initiate the abuse because they saw it as like a form of affection. So this is sort of a story about the dark side of love, and how, but specifically misplaced love. But I like to think it's also going to be hopefully maybe not a fun read, but a good read. You know what I mean? I can't guarantee that you'll like this story, but I have a pretty good. I can't say that you're going to enjoy the story, but I can definitely guarantee that you're not going to forget it.
Nice. And you came to me because Brian, how did it work exactly? I know we were talking about a revenant that uses fire in some way, right? And then you came up and coined, I think, everyone's favorite name for a revenant. In fact, I'm sure of it is Mr. Crispy.
Mr. Crispy,
when
yeah.
When he hit me with that, it's Mr. Crispy. I was like, damn, this guy is good.
Thanks, brother. Yeah. I mean, he was sort of inspired by the killer that's in The Burning.
Yeah.
A little bit, but once again, he's wrapped in like the bandages and everything because he didn't die in the fire; he died in the burn unit. And, yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
And it's just I think Shae, you can agree with me, Adam, as if I haven't ego stroked you enough yet. You're a really fun dude to work with. I would write, bounce the ball over to Adam. Adam would, make his suggestions, bounce it back to me, and we just bounced the ball back and forth until we had something that we were both very happy and satisfied with.
Yeah,
and I love that, Brian, because I felt like we made something better together.
Yes.
And then I think we added Maxi Dallo, who's the artist on this.
Oh my God!
And this is one of my favorite touches that he did. You see this panel here?
Yeah.
How Finch's shadow is the shadow of a dog.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That's so good.
That was all Maxi. He said, "Hey Adam, what if I made his shadow the shadow of a dog instead of a human?"
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when I always urge artists to trust your artists and to embrace the collaborative process. Because sometimes your artists will come up with very, very, very cool things like that. Oh, that's just fantastic, man! Just beautiful.
Right. So that's how it became, and I think there's a special thing when that happens, right? When it's like that image says everything you were trying to say with all the words.
Yes.
In one moment, and there's something really beautiful when that happens.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, and I think that has been one of the really exciting and fun things for myself on this is that I've been working with so many of these other artists and writers, and to bring in their creative skills to the story. Jason, I think you've got this look on your face that says you've completed something. Do you have something to share with us?
Oh, I finished the drawing. Let me go.
Yeah,
back.
let's take a peek at it.
Hold on a second. Let me go there. There we go. I added the spikes. They're done.
Oh,
Now,
there it is.
just to mention one thing, what you guys were saying before about trusting your artists and things, that still does not mean that artists are better than writers. Just saying.
Unless they do both those jobs.
Hey,
no,
that means the writer side of you is better than the artist side of you, is what Sai's trying to say as a devout
you've
writer.
Split it, so you're only half the writer you used to be.
Or it could ever be, I guess, at that point. Yeah, you're probably right.
No, I think.
Well, I mean, what I was trying to say is of course it's sometimes writers or artists, they get caught up in dick measuring contests and territorial pissings, where it's just like, well, that idea is better because it's mine.
Like we didn't just hear me do that 15 seconds ago.
Exactly. Hence my point.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's and it's great to work with somebody that's just like, no, it's about the finished product. And that's all that matters. It's not about your freaking ego. It's about the finished product.
It's true.
It's about making an awesome comic book. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Well, CG must have changed while I've been gone if it's not about ego anymore.
Right? Well, for some people it still is, but not here.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that this group is about. This group is about something different here.
This is all quality.
Yeah, we're interested in the love of the game, right? Like we're not here because we don't really care what, like I often say, it's like I don't really care what the mainstream is up to. We don't need to compete. We just got our own thing. We're making our own magic. We've got our own drum beat going on, our own band and our own venue. And so we're happy to listen to that music.
Is it actually showing anyone's screen right now for anyone else?
No.
It is not.
Stop. Shae, stop touching things.
I didn't touch shit. Fuck.
That's funny.
So So if you want to, besides any way to bring up Jason's screen, I'd love to then. Right now we have 64 backers, which I think some of them might be on the stream here. I see Rot 10 Glory. You're freaking awesome.
What up, Roddy?
Yeah.
And
one thing I did want to say real quick, Rotten, I know that you're saying that for some reason you seem like you're auto-flagged. I don't know what's going on with that. There's a couple of people who seem to be auto-flagged. I think it's just a misstep at some point. And when we're not streaming, so I'm not overtaxing everything, I'm going to go through and double check and make sure that you're cleared, because absolutely no ill will. Love you. You're awesome. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be Shae that does it.
It will be Shae, you asshole.
We also have the great Vinny Tardamella, the fulfillment king in the hizzy. What's up,
right?
Vinny?
Nice.
Vinny.
What were you saying, Jason? Sorry.
So back to the piece. So I sized this piece 11 by 17, 300 DPI, so everybody can print it out at 11 by 17. So that's a plus to that. I didn't think about like putting a border on it or anything.
Yeah.
But
I really like your piece, and I like all of the detail and the grunge and everything that you've done in the background to really add to the mood and the effect of everything, which, I mean, Jason, you and I have talked a lot about your art and the quality of it, so you know that this isn't anything new that I'm saying, but you have a really good way of kind of giving all of your pieces a sense of like gravitas and importance. And I love that you did that with this, because this is creepy as fuck. And then on top of that, the angle and everything, it feels like he's like standing hulking over you. Like it feels imposing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead. It's me actually kind of swiping a Bill Sienkiewicz type of design. So if I wish I could say I was that good, but the only thing I'm really good at is emulating style. I know it seems like I just understand how it's supposed to be. Like if I look at somebody else's work, I can take it and do that to mine. And that's kind of what I did. So I think it was like a Halloween piece or something.
Beautiful.
It's super similar.
It's super badass, and this is the magic of Jason Krieger, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to see his pages all over this book, and you got to get 88 pages plus another 6 plus covers. You're going to get so much of this magic in there, because it's haunting, it's gritty, and I am, Jason, going to say I do agree with Michael Bancroft that there's you probably killed at least a dozen White Walkers in season 8.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's very possible. Yeah, my beard.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love it. So what we do now here, if you're done, it's 7 o'clock PST, 10 EST. I'm going to go ahead and, so for total contributors right now on backers, we've got 66.
Oh, did it? No, I just went to it. What the fuck? You're just getting backers like crazy.
Hayes Rengul just joined in from Killian, Texas. If you're on the stream, you're awesome. Thank you. Also, Jeff Trenzo just jumped in. If you're on the stream, you're awesome. So what I'm going to do is I've got a random number generator here on my computer, and it's just going to be between 1 and 66. And I'm going to kick out a number, and whatever that number is, that backer, they get this image. Are we ready?
Let's do it. Woo!
Boom. Okay. Well, really wish this random number generator
generated faster.
Yeah. Okay, let's try that one more time. And 32 is the
Woo! 32. Congratulations, number 32. You got that epic bit of artwork, which is phenomenal. One thing I was gonna say. So this is our launch.
That is Dave. I think Dave Chow, I think I'm saying right. He's in Petersburg, Virginia. I don't know if you're on the stream tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll send him this to his email, and I'll put a link to the stream so he can see where he won it.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. And in a few more minutes, we're going to give away that mask.
So before we give away the mask, we've done this very differently than every other Red Valkyrie Presents, because we just told people this is about the Kill Journal, and then we all just gush for the past 45 minutes about how amazing the Kill Journal is. Yes.
Sorry.
Ego stroking galore.
Great. We should maybe, I don't know, look at the campaign, see a little bit about it.
There's a campaign? I thought it was just a bunch of screen shares.
Got it. Okay, well.
It's screen shares, guys with facial hair and women in bras. That's
sorry.
There you go.
I was gonna shave, but I have such a baby face, and it's so bad. Look, I'd look like the rest of you motherfuckers.
I look like the Gerber baby.
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh, Brian.
I was the Gerber baby.
Yeah, but you were 40 at the time.
No, I was 3 at the time.
It's beards are all cool. They're socially
so
acceptable
crazy.
now after years of not, but some of us need them.
Yeah,
I do.
they're
for
necessary
sure.
for many
Me too.
people.
Yeah, I don't look like a man at all without a beard.
Same
But then
here.
you have other people that'll put on a beard, and you're like, oh, you totally look like a serial killer. You need to shave. Go get your ass in there, shave now before you become an axe murderer. That's the first step. It's a gateway drug to axe murdering.
So
Plus
the
one
Kill,
Unabomber skill.
the Kill Journal. The Kill Journal is Adam Lawson's creation that I took over after he saw my Hammer campaign. And I kind of liked his stuff so much that I was like, hey, man, I'll do you a pinup. And then he was like, hey, you want to do a story? And I was like, hey, sure. And then he goes, hey, you want to do some covers? And I was like, maybe, sure. And then he goes, hey, man, you want to do 88 pages?
Let's keep roping you in further and further and further.
And I think I've done a page a day, with those covers and everything else, 15, 16 pages since I've been told. And it's insane, how this happened. And I had planned on Hammer, being my full-time gig, but here's the thing, guys, I can do Hammer, but I can do Kill Journal too. And I think that this property is probably one of the coolest properties around. And I love horror, and I love the opportunity to kind of play in his sandbox. So if anybody's worried about me doing Hammer and me doing this, they shouldn't, because Adam's first concern was me being happy and being able to, do both things and meet everybody's expectations. So we're doing this hard. I want to tell everybody that if you want to see my work in color, this is probably going to be the only way you're going to do it outside of Hammer, because I'm not doing any color Hammer stuff. And, this is what you get. So I think everybody who was part of my actual campaign should go over and back this too, man. If you have that much faith in me, get down, back up Adam, who's done tons of stuff. Adam's been around doing tons of stuff. And Kill Journal is essentially a love story of the survivors essentially meeting their ultimate post-traumatic stress disorder head on. And, we're going to blow this out. So Adam's got this. I got this. I have no idea how I went from just doing one book into doing this many. And I'm going to make it happen. And in fact, Ari, his partner, is still texting me while we're trying to do this right now. He's probably listening right now as we speak. So hi, Ari.
What's up? What's up, Ari?
Ari's awesome.
He's from my hood, actually.
Oh.
He is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rockland County.
Nice.
So
So now
when-
I'll let Adam do his thing. I'm going to go have a cigarette. I'll be back. I'm sorry to cut you off, Shae. I love you.
You're
I'll talk to you.
fine. Enjoy your cigarette, Jason.
Okay,
You
I'll
need
be
to
back.
start vaping, and then you just sit like right in front of your.
I do vape, but not the right stuff. Okay, I'll be back.
What I was going to say is I thought it was really funny. It's funny to hear how Adam brought in other creators, because I know how I ended up on this project, which was straight out of the blue. Like, Adam and I are talking, and I was like, you know what'd be really cool is if you had if you got the masks made. And I was like, got a guy, because Shae's got all the guys, right? So I'm sitting here like, oh, got a guy for patches. Oh, I got a guy who can do the masks. So I know places you could get this done. And so I'm throwing all this stuff out, talking with him.
You know,
there
Peeps.
will be a T-shirt available. Shae's got all the guys.
Anyway, the thing that was funny is, so Adam was just like, dude, we need to stay in touch. And I was like, yeah. And then out of nowhere, I get a DM, and he goes, how confident are you in your writing ability? And I was like, in what sense? And he goes, I want you to write me a short story. I was like, okay, about? And he was like, well, so here's Marty. She is a total daddy's girl. Her dad does explosives, and he taught her, and he kind of does explosives for maybe some not so great people sometimes. And I was like, holy fuck, can I write this story, please? And he was like, yes, you can. Here you go. And he gives me the stuff, and I was like,
hell yeah.
like, okay, take it. And I was like, here's three paragraphs of what I kind of want to do. And he was like, that sounds good. Pat on the head. Now go actually write it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I took it back, and I wrote a little bit more, and I go, here's a couple pages of what should be a 6-page story, and I have it marked for 8. And he goes, okay, so let's talk a little bit about formatting and maybe filling some stuff out. And I went, oh, you want it filled out? And he goes, yeah. And I go, hold my beer. And then I came back with, so it's now 7 pages. I cut a page. He's like, okay, cool. And I go, here's 14 pages with picture reference and everything that I see in my head on how this
I've
goes
never
down.
seen it this way.
I was like, here you go. Is this okay? And he just went, holy shit. I was like, oh, I'm going to hope that's a good one.
Adam.
It was pretty amazing, because it was not only just a script, but it was like she went to Pinterest and online and grabbed photos so that you could pick, so that way the artist knew exactly how she was seeing the scene set up. So you can see here, this is one of the pages here. She would have like a photograph of a father and daughter like this, and then she would have a photograph of a father and daughter like this, and she would to lay out all the
close up of an eye where you can see another image, kind of like these 3 different eye images, but make this image in the eye be this thing.
It was really cool, and as a result, her pages came back super precise to what she was asking for.
Really, really exactly what I saw in my head. And like the little tiny bits that he's changed are like, yes, that's what I meant when I was trying to explain through 4 pictures this one panel. And he was like, oh, so you want them to look at each other like this? And I was like, holy shit, yeah, that's it. That right there. I wrote that.
You're really
You drew
selling
it.
me on your ability to articulate what you want through words, Miss Ryder.
Wow.
When I'm controlling the next stream, your ass is sitting in timeout for like half of it.
This is a visual medium. There are a lot of comic book writers, myself included, who will sometimes do storyboards. Now, if you're not very good at doing storyboards, if you're like my stick figures suck, using pictures, not a bad idea. I think I might use it myself sometime.
Well, I look at it as I've worked with a lot of different artists, and I've explained to them what the look is, but I know that when you try to just use words, things that I might say or do, and the look that I'm getting, if I'm trying to get a real exact feeling out of it, what something means to me versus what something might mean to somebody else is not always going to fully line up, and it takes a lot more back and forth. This was more my way of saying, look, this is what I see. The artist can do whatever the hell, obviously, because I'm not the artist, but this is what I see in my head. And
Right.
basically Adam went, I love it. This is great. He sends it to the artist, and the artist goes, oh, this is what they want. Here you go. Like, almost no changes. This is it, right? This was what you were thinking. And I was like, yeah, yep, pretty much, exactly.
Doesn't matter how you get there, it's getting there.
Exactly. No,
this is a cool
this is
page, because what
amazing.
she did here with this, if you see how it starts black and white and it starts to become more in color, is that it's a flashback. It starts with a flashback and takes us into the present day. This is a cool Shae thing. And in this particular story starts, you can see in black and white, it gets more colorful. On the next page, it comes into full color. And it was a really cool choice. This artist, he's also doing the lines and the color. This is Michael Okorongao. I hope I'm saying that right. He's this really cool Nigerian artist that I found on Twitter. And I've just been a fan of what he does, and he's doing amazing work. But Shae, if we want to go over the campaign.
Yes. Let's go over the campaign.
Yeah, so Eric, that's 25 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Yeah. So Eric, the digital issues, they're going to drop as soon. So the way it works out, as soon as the campaign ends, it takes essentially 3 weeks for money to get in, et cetera, for it to close out. And the day that it closes from that side, the digital issues start going out once a month, like we had done with the 8th, where you get a digital issue every month, just like you were collecting them on Comixology, or you collect them in your local shop. So you get the story, you can read it digitally if you want right away and take the ride. And everybody who's backed either the leather bound or the digital, or any of the tiers above that, will get the digital issues. So you're getting it monthly. So it's a cool way. So that, like, instead of my campaign update that people send every month with, hey, here's a panel, it says, hey, here's the next issue.
Right. It's one of the coolest ways that I think I've ever seen somebody handle that awkward in between while you're still producing the final product, but you have a good chunk of it already done. This is one of the coolest ways, because as much as some people might be like, I don't want to read it, I want it when it's all together. As you start getting those little bits, you get excited for the fact that, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to hold this in my hand. Like, this is going to be physically mine, and I get to enjoy the story now. So when it comes, I get to be like, no. Okay, look, there's this one page on this one part. Let me just show you that real quick as you flip to it, because you remember it all.
Oh, Shae, the feeling that you're going to get when you actually have the book in your hand.
Mustache in there.
Oh, man.
I can't wait.
It's going to be an insane high. You're going to love it.
What are you doing to that cat?
Kitty!
My wife brought Moo inside the house.
Moo?
Yeah, Mussolini. He has a little mustache.
Oh, God.
So Eric, we'll go into in demand. But when it's an in demand, when the campaign officially does its run, it'll continue an in demand, and it will still deliver the digital issues. So I mean by the close of the campaign, not the close of in demand, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shae, do you want me to pull up the campaign page? I know, because you're not steering. Usually you're kind of steering the ship here.
Yes. Do you have this share screen, or do you need one of them to share it?
I need one of them to share it, because I am not opening another tab.
Okay. Fair. Chromebooks suck, for anyone who doesn't know, and streaming and hosting from a Chromebook is evil.
So if you can look at it there, if you can pull it, there we go.
So good.
You can get more of this. So this is the Kill Journal, and I'll go ahead and just play the video, because I think it says a lot more. Oh shoot! I hope I set it to.
If not, you can unshare and reshare and hit the checkbox.
Are you guys hearing that?
Nope.
No.
Okay, not hit that damn checkbox.
There's also, for anyone who doesn't know, whenever you share a screen, if you look up in the top corner, if you shared with audio, it'll show you a little audio play icon. It shows you the speaker.
Why doesn't
I learned? Are you sharing your entire
Just the
computer
application.
screen?
Just the
Okay.
application.
There should be a little. Are you in Chrome?
I'm in Chrome.
So if you look down on the bottom, there isn't a little checkbox to share audio.
Make
There
sure you're
isn't.
on
That's what
the
usually
no. Make sure you're on and not share application, share tab.
Either
Yeah, I'm on application window that I'm sharing.
No, there should be like share screen,
a Chrome,
share application,
Chrome tab.
share tab. Yes.
There it is. Okay.
And that should have the audio checkbox. Shae, what kind of fucking shit are you running here?
Okay. There it is.
This is what happens when I let you do things.
This is totally unprofessional, damn it.
All right.
Perfect.
How about now? Do you guys see it? Do you guys see
Yes,
it?
I see the audio icon on backstage, so you're all set.
Okay, got it. I'm going to go ahead and play.
My name is Sydney Valentine, and I'm a survivor. A revenant slaughtered everyone I love, including my daughter. They're evil spirits, back from the dead who wield machetes and tire irons, and a bullet to the head won't stop them. After one butchered his congregation, St. George claims God called him to hunt the revenants, and he's recruiting survivors to join him. Most won't make it out alive, but at least they're taking a stand. God has his book of life, and St. George has his kill journal.
Now,
Nice.
I'm on dial-up, so maybe you can tell me that voice sounded semi-familiar on dial-up.
You know, it's she's an actress that was in my TV show Escape Tonight that I direct. Her name's Savannah Southern Smith. She's awesome, and she also is in my role-playing game group, and so she did that for me gratis.
Nice.
Pretty awesome role. So that's the video. That's the story that we're coming into, and I think if you've been listening so far, you know what it is. We're dealing with the tale that happens after the horror movie ends, and we've got these revenants that are evil spirits back from the dead, bent on revenge. And this is Dylan. This is our revenant that killed Sydney's daughter, and this is sort of our, I should say, for this volume, this arc, this is our the most powerful one that they're facing. And we have these cool perks along the way. As you can see here, we got this rad leather-bound edition that gets you not only this 88-page graphic novel plus any dossier stories we unlock, but it gets you this rad leather-bound edition of the experience. You get the print stretch goals, you get digital stretch goals, and the digital monthly issues, all for $40. So you're getting kind of a hell of a package, I think. We try.
That's one hell of a deal. $40 for leather-bound is insane.
Seriously, that is insane.
Quick question, just from the technical aspect: is that because you zoomed in on the cover earlier? Is that engraved or embossed leather?
So it's actually debossed leather.
Oh, awesome!
What's the difference between embossing and debossing?
Emboss raises, deboss is pressed into.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. So this also has gold highlighting as well, as you can see for like the title, and there's there's hidden symbols inside the cover that plays into it. It's pretty rad.
The pages are gold plates.
It does your laundry. It's great.
Boy.
Seriously, man. I'm
Next
like
campaign.
the French hardcovers. I'm absolutely in love with. This is leather bound, man. This is like next level shit, dude.
Yeah, it's also got Bluetooth and 7G.
Oh, by the way, Adam,
isn't it 3D though?
I don't know if you knew this, but I got a DM from the incredibly awesome Frigaboom, and he was like, I can't believe that while you're on vacation, you're streaming. And I was like, I ain't missing this. This is the book. Like, I am so excited for the Kill Journal. I'm taking time out. How could I not? This is a badass book. And then the next thing that I got from Dan contribution ideas number 55. So Dan Fraga has already backed your book.
Woohoo!
Nice.
No
Way to go,
way.
MC Fraga.
Absolutely.
Dude, that is
Absolutely.
spectacular. What an amazing night. I love his work so much. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I obviously backed Black Flag on two accounts, one for the Rob Willis cover and then another one. And I love what he does. And like watching him draw, right? It's like
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
those are fun. Yeah, those are
it's
fun.
it's a magic trick. It's a magic trick. So that's
That's
super
how
cool.
I always see it.
Well, that is super, super cool. Thank you for that.
So you have a question up on the screen from Goth. He says, Adam, will the leather-bound books be limited edition?
Yes. Well, and a limited edition in the sense that we're going to do a batch for this campaign. And then that will probably all be that there is. And as it goes down its second round of distribution, it will probably end up in more of a trade situation. So I would say this is the time to get it. As once it goes down through distribution, like us being able to control this like quality of print, we can do it because I can deliver it because there's no middleman, right? And it's just me in the factory, and so I can deliver it at a price that Barnes & Noble can't. So
I mean,
I can't guarantee that.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great way to get it.
So you did this in bulk so that the vegan skin didn't cost as much on the leather?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
He got vegan skin in bulk.
Yeah, in bulk, you understand.
You must have been to Seattle and Portland recently.
Yeah. Right. Well, you can see these, and so the next book we have is the monthly digital issues that we were talking about just with Eric there, who was throwing out questions. These are the 4 covers that Jason just plowed through, and
That
Steve
is badass.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This one here, issue 4. I think it's also been kind of the when I posted it to Instagram and Twitter, this image in the black and white that was the most liked, and I think it has, it's the monster fight and the cat fight in the background. Pretty cool.
Same. I agree with the comment on screen. Thank you.
I do too.
Jason.
I do too.
What did it
Jason
say?
from Unhinged. I like my books like I like my ladies bound in leather.
Wow.
Adam's like, I don't remember it being this much debauchery on this channel. This is different.
Yes,
This is good.
Shae is
This
back.
is
That's
good.
the answer.
This isn't debauchery. I don't see anybody drinking. It's when the alcohol
mean,
comes out. That's when the stream gets debauched.
Okay, good.
So then there's also a T-shirt. We always do a T-shirt. I think it's just such a badass way to connect with a property you like. We always try to do them more impressionistic instead of just a square in the center of your chest. Not that there's wrong with those, but we wanted it to always have a little bit more shape to it. This is Jason's issue 1 cover. But when he and I were talking about it, I said, what would be really great is if we could have the bottom of it bleeding ink.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's a little bit cooler. We went with gray last time. This time we went with white. And I felt like it was just a nice way. So you can get the T-shirt, you can get the leather-bound book. And then there's a cool add-on. If you missed the 8th campaign, you can add that on to any perk. You can add it on, and it only adds just a couple bucks in shipping because it's just going in the same order. So it's the cheapest way actually now to get this book. Is to add it on to your other order. And then we have here the Revenant mask, one of which we're going to give away for free tonight. This gets you the Revenant mask, gets you the leather-bound book, the digital issues, and this is a pretty rad experience, I would say, to say the least. We've already kind of talked about the glory of this mask, but the cool thing about it is it's dual purpose. It works great in a time of COVID because it will scare a virus, and your friends will naturally socially distance.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
It's the COVID mask. Because if you wear that into the grocery store, people are going to take notice, and they can't say anything right now. They can say, okay, I get it. It's a mask.
Yep.
Take a couple steps back. So there's a question up on the stream, on the screen. So Ideas wants to know what will happen if we're not able to get all of the side stories unlocked. Will they only be digital at that point?
So that's what will
covers,
happen.
the poor covers.
Yeah, that's what will happen on those side stories. However, I'm very much hoping that that's not the case.
I don't see how it could be. I feel like the thing is, and this is what I love about what you do with your projects, is you are so passionate about your brand and your IP, and you're so good about pushing things forward and making sure that people understand. We're within the first, not even 24 hours of this campaign, right? You've got your full 30 days left, and you are already a third of the way into funded.
Like a boss.
Like it's nothing. And so I'm gonna hope that there's
support. Yeah.
It's because people know you. They know that you have a good quality product. They know that you deliver well, and you've got so many great people that you've brought in and been like, you've cherry picked people that you wanted to work with and brought them in and was like, okay, I want you to do this, and I want you to be the artist, and you to do this, and you to be the artist, and I'm just gonna steal Krager and lock him in a dungeon and make him do everything, and he's gonna be happy about it because he's Jason Krager and he likes to do stuff like that. So
yeah,
Jason Krager is the guy.
He's
the guy who, when he goes to prison, he takes over the prison, right?
Pretty much. That's about right.
Yeah.
That's who Jason Krager is, and this is a prison he's about to take over.
Oh.
Wow, Jason.
See, and Gabe just asked the same question I had. Are the 4 covers, because I know that we talked about that with the 8th, and I don't know where you landed on it, but are the 4 covers going to be included in the leather bound? So is it going to be like a cover and then it kicks off that issue?
That's right. So the way it will break down is you'll have the leather bound edition. So the way it will work out is you're going to get digital monthly issues that will utilize the cover. And then inside of the leather bound book, you'll have the covers to break up the 22 pages. And then there's some special concept art that will break up the 6-page dossier stories in the back as well. So you're going to get a lot of beautiful cover work. And those dossier stories are going to be broken up by this art I'll show you in a second by Tauntaun Revolver. But this print is cool. It's a week 1 perk. Anybody who backs week 1 gets this print for free. And also the original of this by Preston Acevedo is here on the campaign, and you can get the original 11x17 penciled and inked image. So that's a cool thing.
Okay, I just have to point out, for quality's sake, Shae's hair is the wrong color.
Oh,
I know.
stop it. Stop
You got
it.
to nitpick, don't you? You got to nitpick.
No, I'm saying on the page. It's
Marty's hair is the wrong color.
There we
It's
go.
supposed
Exactly.
to be.
There we go. But yeah, Preston's the man.
Yeah,
that's an awesome illustration.
it really is.
It is.
It's a beautiful
It's a
print.
good one.
Total beautiful print. And it's like it has this Simon Bisley sort of vibe to it. It's got Mike Spicer's really fresh colors, and
Can I just
it's
say
just
I
going to be a hell of a
love-
print.
I love that the back of it is like this really sweet baby pink. Like it's a good happy picture. Just don't look too closely at all the blood and entrails and
my
horror. And so it's fine. Like I understand Marty is profusely bleeding down her arm, but things happen sometimes. And dude up at the top, I'm pretty sure is holding a heart. But again, like accidents, oopsies, no big deal. But
Seriously?
background, everybody just be comfortable.
Seriously, Preston is one of those guys. Like I know him personally and consider him a friend, but I'm intimidated to be working with Preston the artist. Like that's actually got me kind of like, oh man, I got to make sure that my words or my story is good enough for that awesome art.
Yes, I get it. He delivers. He totally does.
You're awesome, dude.
Yeah, and he's cool. I know, because it's the thing is he comes back. It's also too like he just says, "I've got an idea," and then he comes back and he just slams you with it, and that's what you get, right? Like,
Yep.
He has something in his head, and it's just like you don't need to tell him too much. It just comes, and it's like whoa, and maybe you tweak something here or there, and it's really special.
I'm just trying to work as much with him as possible before Hollywood comes along and goes yoink, and
then he's out.
And then he's out.
Well, that's where the binding in leather comes into play. So
yeah, dude,
I've
thought about like locking him up in my basement and like beating him with a bicycle chain if he doesn't deliver.
But wait, if you locked him in your basement, wouldn't that really just be like having him chilling with you where you are right now? Because
That is true. That is true. But I could stick him in a corner. And you wouldn't know. You have no idea what's going on, like to the left or the right of me.
And that's
Okay.
exactly why I highlighted her comment, because I recognized the name since I asked you who it was.
Yes, right.
And all I have to do is just stick the ball gag in his mouth and.
Wow, this went off the hook.
Yes.
Remember. Okay, so during introductions, when trying to catch Sai up on everything that they'd been missing for all of these months, I said, by the way, with Brian, he needs adult supervision, so sometimes you might just need to mute him.
I do. I'll be the first one to tell you.
Yes, you will. Unhinged Entertainment says, does this campaign come with a whip asking for me?
I don't know. I don't think so, man. I could send you one if you need one.
So wait, Jason's going to send Jason a whip?
Yeah,
into Silence of the Lambs bullshit right here.
Put the lotion in the basket. No.
Oh, somebody's getting the hose.
That's right. That's right. Put the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
So then we jump into our stretch goals, which these are all the mini stories that we've been talking about. The first one that we're going to crack open. And by the way, so these, if you can see this art image here, this is a French artist named Tonton Revolver. These images are part of the covers for the dossier stories. They'll be the line art on the interior and then the character art on the front. But so this we're going to break in. So the first one we're going to get to is Shae's. The next one we're going to get to is Brian's about Finch. And then we're going to get to Cody's, number 3. And then Brecken's Tale is written by Chris Doc Wyatt. He's a good friend of mine. He's the showrunner and writer on Venom, the animated series. He and I started in Hollywood together working on Napoleon Dynamite. And he's a super awesome dude.
Tina!
And so here's our survivors. These are some concept images that were initially done by Tonton. And these will become the covers of the dossier files. But this breaks down each of her characters: St. George, our mad preacher, Sydney. This is her in her realized state, like as the hunter versus the scared girl who came into the church in the beginning. This is Marty. It looks a lot like Shae. Interesting.
Just like a tiny bit. It's,
a tiny bit like her. Yeah, very weird. And then here's Finch, Brian's character, who lives he's from Juarez. And then there's Brecken, who is this Creole swamp rat. That has ties to this voodoo cult that will ultimately be the doom of, or may become the doom of him and the group. It's awesome. And then I've got fulfillment centers in Europe and in the US. And so if you're in Australia or the UK, you're not going to pay $40 in shipping. You're going to pay $12 or $18.
Everybody needs to be your best friend, Adam. Like we all need to start talking about why Failed Superhero Club doesn't have its own publishing.
Yeah,
everybody else.
We get proper fulfillment, so that way, and I don't mean anybody else who doesn't, but we just use fulfillment centers, so that way it goes from the boat to that center in the UK, who then redistributes so that you can miss all those fees. And the reason we do that is not because it makes us money; it just makes it cheaper for the backers.
Does that skip that too?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it skips to that. So we use a company called Games Quest. And so since they're a British company, and then they become the person on the manifesto from the boat from China, it is classified as their goods, and they are a local UK company, so there's no VAT.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a way to get
EU.
around. There's ways to get around these things. And they're legal. They're intended because they're intended to help local businesses. Games Quest is a local UK business, and it helps them. So anyway, so there's lots of good ways to do about it. Also, John Malin has this cool thing called Secret Door, which has really pretty great rates to use fulfillment. So I recommend it because it makes it cheaper for your backers. And then here's these interior pages. You can see them lettered by yours truly. I always like to put lettered pages up because I think in some ways, when you just see the art, you sometimes can get sold on just like, oh, that's fun. But it's nice to see the person's words because it feels like that's what you're going to really That's what's really going to hold you for the 88 pages. So I threw up the words here. So if you hate them, you can call me and let me know. But here's our lettered pages. And you can see with awesome Steve Cannon's colors and Jason's lines, how beautiful of images they make. This is one of my favorite panels in the whole book right here, is this one with the cross here on the left and the light coming in from the window. And you can see this warm light here from the room. And Sage, we're just talking to Sydney, trying to convince her to become something violent and holy.
Right above that, the eyes, those are amazing.
Great, right?
Mm-hmm.
So good. And then of course our mighty Revenant attack. So there's just the first 6 pages up here, so you can see it's a sequential book. We've done a lot of pages without giving away too much of it, but I think that with any campaign, you want to see sequential pages, or you're like a little nervous, right? You're like, do they really make this book? Do they really know how to do this? But this is our tale, and I think. So did we officially do that right, Shae? Did we do that right?
Yeah, we did good now. We did. Thank you.
Okay, did we do that right? Yeah,
it's good enough. Shut up, Si. You haven't been here. You don't know.
Well, team, I think has the hour. Oh, Shae, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that we are at about the time that you were wanting to do the big drum roll. We're gonna do the giveaway. So how many backers are you seeing, Adam?
Let me get in right now. I'm going to log in.
I'm seeing 68.
That's
on this end.
Hold on, I need to go back it real quick because I need to go
all right.
69.
Jump in.
I have to wait until my next disbursement. Damn it!
So
send more super chats. I need to back this immediately.
Right.
So Colin Bestine was our last backer. That's at 69. So I've got right now.
Someone beat you to it.
Nice.
So
Refund.
there it is. So I'm gonna do the random number generator. It'll be fun if it's somebody listening, and if it's not, that's cool too, because everybody deserves a chance. And the number is. Oops! And I hate these random number generators. Okay.
Which number is Shae's? All of them.
Oh, so number 8.
Oh, damn!
That was an early morning backer.
Yes! That is who it should go to for sure.
7 will no longer be remembered as the lucky number. It will be 8 from henceforward.
Yeah, so 8 is the lucky number, and that is Wayne Morris from New Jersey. So Wayne Morris.
Awesome.
Woo! Congratulations.
Congrats, Wayne.
Dude,
So,
those math.
In the interest of full disclosure, that is Shae's porn name, Wayne.
I can see it now. The more I look at you, I get the Wayne thing.
The bra just screams Wayne.
I knew it. I had a premonition, but I didn't want to say it because, through.
I hate you guys.
Oh, you
God,
poor lady.
You
poor woman.
So it's he's in Hampton. Oh, how do I say this? I'm saying this right, Goth Robert. He's in Hamilton. I don't want to give his address away, obviously, but he's in Hamilton.
Yeah, go ahead and dox.
I mean, yeah. Why not dox?
Right. But he's in New Jersey.
That is amazing.
Right next to me. Congrats, Wayne. You are.
Wayne is
in,
in.
So our lucky winners tonight are Dave Chow and Wayne Morris. But thank you guys. I know we've had you up here for like an hour and a half listening to us gab away, and it's been awesome, Shae. Thank you. I know that I stole you off vacation. That's really awesome.
No. So here's the thing: is you were like, "Hey, I'm thinking of launching in October," and I was like, "Ooh, I'm literally taking leave for all of October." And it's like, "Okay, it's fine." When? And you're like the 6th, and I went, "Yeah, I'm gonna make it work." Yep, that's just gonna be what I do that day. It's fine.
You're a soldier, Shae. You're a soldier.
Here's the thing: is you guys are being very sweet, and I appreciate it. I fucking love this shit. So if you ever if you ever doubt how much I love this channel and everything that Sai and I have busted our asses to build for you guys, to highlight these amazing creators, this absolutely stunning artwork, some of the coolest fucking campaigns that I think I've ever seen, and things that genuinely get me excited every day about comics. This should be your gigantic flashing light that this is what I fucking love to do, because I could literally be doing anything else right now.
I mean, look at her. She's on vacation and painting herself with scabs for fuck's sake. I know.
I can do this. I'm not gonna lie. I put scab on like a tore up t-shirt, right? And at one point it started to slide down. And when I went to pull it up, I realized that there's hair on my arm, and that really hurt. So I was like, pull it. Oh, never mind. It can stay right where it is.
Adam, who is your baby there? If anybody missed it, he was just getting mauled by a vicious dog.
Oh, the puppy.
The poopy?
Yeah, that's my little dog. That's my dog, Paddington. He's just saying, "Hey, Dad, I need some attention."
I know. I saw you saw him all over you. It was cute.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Oh my God, I'm like going into a diabetic coma from all the sweetness.
I know.
So, this I think is a really good. We gave away the mask. We've given away the absolutely gorgeous art. We have covered this campaign and talked about a bunch of the questions and stuff kind of as they've come up. I feel like it's a good place to end. How are you feeling, Adam? You feeling like you got anything else you want to highlight?
No, I think I'm just grateful people hang on this long, and for Jason and for Cody and for Sai and you and Brian all coming here to promote this book.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this has been amazing. Adam, thank you for doing so much of the legwork so I could enjoy the first couple days of my vacation. I very much appreciate it, because normally I'm the one running around trying to herd cats, and it's if you've ever tried to get 6 adults in one place, even digitally, holy shit, that can be very difficult to do. But you guys are all amazing. I know that you are just as excited as I am to have any tiny role whatsoever in this project. I was blown away, and this is one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten to be a part of. And even if I wasn't a part of it, even if I had nothing to do with this other than I'm bringing Adam on the show, this book is fucking epic. This is
But you are part of it, darling. You are part of it.
You're going to be a published writer, you asshole.
But what I'm saying is this project is absolutely amazing. If you haven't gotten in on it, make sure that you do. If you can, get in on it on that first week so you don't miss out on that awesome print. This is one that you will kick yourself in the ass.
You will hate
like somebody had said that they were really happy that you're including the 8th as an add-on because they missed out on it on the first time. You don't want to miss out on this, because if you miss it this time, there is no guarantee you are getting this quality of a leather-bound, debossed, fucking foil, beautiful vegan skin. Does your laundry. Debossed. You are not getting this like this again, so don't drag your feet. Go and get this book. Adam, you're amazing.
Don't lose.
Exactly.
Be a winner, not a wiener.
That's right. That's right.
I definitely want to say thank you, Brian, for coming out. Thank you so much, Cody. You've been so quiet, but we love that you came out.
I love pleasure meeting you guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much.
Jason,
take care.
Nathan,
thank you
Cody,
so much, everybody.
And of course, welcome back, Cyborg. Thank you for being here. We missed you, even though you make me want to punch you in the face.
Fuck you. Thank you,
Adam. Good to you, brother.
All right, we will catch you guys next time. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, audience.
chat.
Thank you, guests. It was an excellent first show back. I really, really appreciate it. You guys made it awesome.
Yay.
Now we'll take 5 minutes to hit the end broadcast button and